Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much. So if you're live, do me a favor, pop in the live chat, say hey, or if you're on Twitter or Facebook or wherever you're watching from, just like the videos there, and then I guess you can comment underneath them as well. And I think they'll come through the live chat here as well. So, but anyways, yeah, first things first, if you like the content, smash those likes. If you wouldn't mind helping me grow the channel, I greatly appreciate it. Share it out on your socials and whatnot, and get others to subscribe. The content that we cover here, honestly feel like it's very valuable. I would not be spending the time on it if it wasn't. Yeah, so then what was the other thing? Like, subscribe, and then share it out. Yeah, subscribe, get people in here to subscribe. So um also, to throw this out there for you all, I do the Patreon in the afternoon at 4:30 Eastern every day. That is where I get to go on an unfiltered rant most days. And I say rants because sometimes I really do rant about different subjects, things like a hunger disease that requires now everyone's talking about everyone having to do cookies, that kind of stuff, or having to display that you prove that you ate the cookie, that kind of stuff. Or I talk about what I do the other day about how crypto and mortgages are going to start doing some things together. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So things like that. So, anyways, it's only $5 a month. Realistically, it's the only way I can put a video out without having to deal with it being pulled offline, because I do talk about things that will, for sure, get it put offline. So, anyways, that is the Patreon. And then also, I've been asked. Every once in a while, I get asked by people, where do you get your crypto or market news, or where do you learn some of the things you learn? And one of the things that it's been different types of newsletters throughout the year, but the one that is launching in February 1st, I'm very excited about, because it's kind of one of those aggregation points of information on that, and that is Crypto Confidential, and that is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. It's also linked in the description of the channel. In that newsletter, there will be all kinds of really good tips and tricks on cryptos, and how to live a crypto life, things like that. So it's stuff I get asked literally about all the time. I'm like, okay, well, here's a publication that's going to actually talk about those things on a regular basis. So uh, grab that link, go sign up. I'm in there. There's several of you who are in there. It will be worth the content there. I actually will probably guest write for them every once in a while, so you'll have that type of information from me there as well. So, anyways, enough about that type of stuff. Those things really do help the channel out. I do appreciate those of you who take the time to go and subscribe to those different things. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. It means the world to me. So let's roll through the channel here, through the chat. Like I said, we have a live chat running. I like to say good morning to as many people as I can. So we got Tom. Good morning. How you doing, my friend? Thank you for being here. Need to figure out how to set you as a mod. So I was talking about that last night. I noticed that you are for Bitcoin Ben and Litecoin Lisa. I don't know how to. Didn't found the little checkbox for that yet on YouTube, so we'll figure it out. Anyways, Crypto Disposition, good morning. How are you? Thea, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? Let's see who else we got here. Gloria, thanks for popping in. How are you today? Good morning. Bitcoin Bull, happy Friday. It is definitely happy Friday. Got my birthday tax and everything taken care of yesterday, so going into the weekend, I don't got to worry about that. So, how we going, Journeyman? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Kim, how are you? Good morning. Thank you for popping in and being here. Who else we got in here? All right, cool. Yep. So if you are watching live, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Like I said, share it out on your socials. You have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, whatever. Grab the link for the video and share it out there. Maybe people will come in and watch it, and I think while it's running live, it'll actually show on your socials as well. So, anyways, just a thought. Appreciate it if you do decide to do that. So, guys and gals, we have all noticed a significant drop in the markets today, have we not? Whoop, wrong button. Hang on. It has been interesting, and this is something I've kind of been talking about recently, that we are going to start to see all of the markets globally kind of go down. And I have been trying to say, hey, this is what's coming down the pipe, and here's why. All of the markets globally are coming down. All of them. There's many reasons. I have a buddy of mine who actually wrote on a private chat that I have set up for just friends and family. It's just a simple Slack, and just really close friends and family that we kind of keep up with each other. But I have a crypto / trading strategies channel in there, and we talk about all kinds of things that we're doing. One of the guys in there he's building some pretty cool tech for trading, and it's going to be very interesting to see what that looks like. And let's see what else. So yeah, we have one of my buddies in there. He put out some very interesting things. So I'm gonna throw this up here. I told him I was gonna use it on my show. So John, hope you don't mind, because here we go. So this is something that I think is going to be happening. This is a direct quote from my friend's name's John. I know from following the stocks / silver side of things, there are hundreds of thousands of options contracts that are expiring tomorrow. This was last night he was writing this. With silver, AMC, and GME. January 21st, that's today, has been talked about for over a month, with people hyping the date with all the craziness. Some of the people are expecting a gamma squeeze. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Basically, it's a massive, it's a short squeeze, but they're calling it a gamma because it's multiple specifically targeted squeezes. Now, the fact that they're touching silver is a big deal. I don't know if you guys follow the Wall Street Bets people. That's a big deal. Anyways, and if you need to know how big of a deal that is, go follow Bix Weir. Bix, throwing people over at you. If they're not following them already, definitely want to do that. Anyways, the gamma squeeze incoming because the shorts are trying so hard to get people to close out their positions in stock plays that are that they're low, that they're over leveraged and bleeding. So their hedge fund whales are having to destroy their crypto stakes just to maintain margin requirements, so they don't get margin called and set off a chain reaction. That is why crypto is going down. That is a very big reason why. Now, I have told all of you, and I'm going to continue to say this because it is true. The entire market, including cryptos, is going to go down for various reasons, for various purposes, things like that. The reason they're going to continue to go down is because we are headed for a major correction. And the reason we're heading for a major correction is because they printed too much money, too much liquidity went into the stock markets, too much liquidity went into assets that just don't matter. Too much liquidity is just circulating around. Now, when that happens, the Fed is going to raise rates in an attempt to use it as a sponge to soak up all that money that they printed. I mentioned this yesterday. They printed 80% of the world's supply, U.S. monetary supply, the currency, the 80% of it in the past 2 years. From 1913 up until 2020, they printed 20% of the current supply. And they're going to raise rates 4 or 5 times by a quarter of a basis point. They need to raise it 100% or at least 80% to just get us back to where we were before 2020. That's what's got to happen. Do you really think that when they pull that kind of money out of the markets, out of circulation, technically speaking, the purchasing power of the dollar will increase, so inflation will kind of go away, but it's going to, in the process of doing that, destroy housing market, destroy the entire stock market, destroy the bond market, destroy everything. That's what's going to happen. And unfortunately, that's where we're headed. I mean, today alone, what is it? Bitcoin's down 10%, Ethereum's down more than 13%, almost 14%. So far, today's not over, and crypto never sleeps. So, I mean, you never know, right? Cardano's down, Solana's down, everything's down. Polkadot's down, Avalanche is down. Let's see, Matic's down. It's all down. It's all technically on sell, okay? Now, I don't know where the stopping point is. No one technically really does, but just think about it for a little bit before you decide to go buy that dip. Now, the reason it's important for us to pay attention, this is something I really need you all to pay attention to is that when we start seeing the market go down, crypto is going to go down like it is now, it's going to stop. There's a lot of us out there who are just not going to sell our crypto. We're going to double down. We're going to buy in. We're going to take advantage of the dip. We're going to continue to accumulate during these times. Now, what ends up causing there, what excuse me, what ends up happening there is that the people will literally look at the stock market and it's going to continue to go down because they're pulling money out of it like crazy and going into the Federal Reserve to pay the interest on the debt, right? And they're raising the interest rates to do that. Okay. So what's going to end up happening is they're going to hang on 2 seconds for me. Sorry about that. The quick little blurb there. I needed to turn off some notifications that just kept coming across. So my apologies for the quick little pause. Anyways, all of the markets are going to stop. The rest of the stock market, the bond market are going to continue to collapse. People are going to look at crypto and they're going to go, holy cow, it didn't keep going. And they're going to rush into it. That is my prediction. I'm not perfect. I don't understand all these different things. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. That's just what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, right? Anyways, so let's see here. I'll pull this over. Little article here. Of course, CNN Business is going to talk about this. Bitcoin tumbles as cryptocurrencies continue their downward slide. I wonder why. So Bitcoin has fallen 7% in the last 24 hours, down to 39%. It's definitely below 39,000 now. And obviously, I just showed you it's down more than 10%, almost 11%. Anyways, and it is basically, obviously, this is a hit piece. This is a hit piece, right? They're going to continue to do. They're talking about Ethereum coming down 8% the past 24 hours, 20% since start of January, blah, 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 blah. Yes, it is happening. That's what's happening. And they're blaming governments cracking down on this as well. Well, here's the thing. China's tried to ban it. Russia's tried to ban it. India's talking about doing it. In the US, they're trying to do all the different regulations around it, but they can't actually stop it. And they know they can't. And I showed you guys yesterday that SEC is only talking about stablecoins. That's all they're talking about. They can't touch Bitcoin, not legally, not in the US. Okay. That's how this system is set up. Okay. With blockchain technology, it gives us, the people, freedom to do what we want to do with our money, with our lives. Those of you who are technology people, you understand when you really look into blockchain technology, you start to pay attention to, oh, this is a system that's a computer that's everywhere yet nowhere. I can do anything I want with this, and it can't be stopped. So if you wanted to build a website telling the truth about something on a blockchain, they can't turn it off. They can't shut it down. Yeah, yes. I'm going to show you guys something about websites here in a few minutes. That I will most likely be setting mine up on a blockchain as well. So, anyways, so one of the little tidbits here down at the bottom. However, not everyone is pessimistic. Goldman Sachs says that the price of Bitcoin could reach more than 100,000 within the next 5 years. I actually really think it may end up happening later on this year, maybe even in the next 3 or 4 months, because, like I said, everything's going to come down. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency in general, is going to stop going down. It's going to pause. It's going to find a hard floor. People like myself, we are holding collectively, I'm not this massive, but collectively, we are holding crypto to the point where we will not put it on an exchange. We have it offline. There is no liquidity. When people are done selling, there's people buying them. There's institutions buying it. They're going to buy this dip. They are. You watch. They will. That will be eaten up and quickly. Anyways, if it's in the next 5 years, I kind of wonder in the next 4 to 6 months. I don't know if it'll hit the $100,000 range, but we'll see. Anyways, in a report published earlier this month, the bank's analysts said that they saw strong gains ahead because Bitcoin would increasingly steal market share from gold. Now, why would they say something like that? And then we talked about the silver squeeze a minute ago. Why gold, silver? I think silver needs to be included in that. Why would they start saying that? It's because the silver contracts and the gold contracts are going to start to expire as well, and those people are going to lose massive amount of money because they're shorting it, and those prices of gold and silver are going to increase, and people are going to say, I want a digital version of this, so I'm going to want to spend it. So they're going to move it into gold, or move it into Bitcoin, move it into other cryptocurrencies. You watch. This is what's going to happen. That is how I think this is going to happen. Anyways, those of you who know who Jeremy Grantham is, he's basically saying, good luck. We're going to need it. U.S. market approaches end of super bubble. Yes, this is what's happening. We are in what I think is a vampire phase of the bull market. Says GMO co-founder Jeremy Grantham. Where was the other thing here? The U.S. is approaching the end of a super bubble, spanning across stocks, bonds, real estate, and commodities, following massive stimulus during the COVID pandemic, potentially leading to the largest market down of wealth in its history. Once pessimism returns to rule markets, according to legendary investor Jeremy Grantham. For the first time in the U.S., we have stimulus bubbles. Or excuse me, we have simultaneous bubbles. Wow. Simultaneous bubbles. He's not wrong. I have been trying to tell friends and family about this until I started the show here. Now everyone else. That we have bubbles across major assets. Okay. The co-founder of an investment firm, GMO, in a paper Tuesday said that above there. He estimated wealth losses will be totaling $35 trillion in the U.S. Should valuations across major assets, sorry, the camera's right in the way of that word, classes return 2/3 of the way to its historical norms. That's a major loss. Where's that $35 trillion going to go? Who's going to get that? Who's going to get that? Who's going to get that money? Y'all know who's going to get money. It's the banks. It's the banks, the Federal Reserve, etc. Here's another article kind of talking about some of the other stuff that he's specifically referring to here. So let's see here. Where was it? Blah, 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 blah. Hang on. The super bubble. Okay, so he's literally talking about the history here. Let's see. That he said involves. Let's see. Actually, let's go up here. And just as they did in the crash of 1929, the dot-com burst of 2000, and the financial crisis of 2008, he's certain this bubble will burst, sending indexes back to statistical norms and possibly further. That, he said, involves the S&P 500 dropping some 45% from Wednesday's close and 48% from its January 4th peak. January 4th peak, I guess that's what that means, to a level of 2,500. The Nasdaq Composite, already down 8.3% this month, may sustain even deeper correction. I wasn't quite as certain about this bubble a year ago as I had been about the tech bubble 2000, or as I had been in Japan, or as I had been in the housing bubble of 2007, Grantham said in a Bloomberg fourth row interview. I felt highly likely, but perhaps not nearly certain. Today I feel just about nearly certain. He's really, really good at calling the bubbles. Really, really good at pointing out, hey, we are overextended in all these areas. Do you guys know how much money is in the bond market? Guys and gals, do you know how much money is in the bond market? You hear Big Square talk about it. If you follow Big Square, Road to Ruta, check it out. Road to Root A, so Root A, literally one word. It's a programming thing like Bash. Anyways, it's in the quadrillions. All right. No, Manny, it's not trillions, quadrillions. That's a lot of money. I want to say it's like 4 point something quadrillion last calculated, and he's including silver, and everything else. The bond market is so big. If that blows at all, if that balloon lets any air out at all, it's going to massively destroy the rest of the economies globally. It's all, yes, exactly, Manny. It's all derivatives. Good morning, my friend, by the way. Good morning. Thanks for popping in. Who else we got here? Who else popped in here? We got Journeyman, Management Jim. Glad you're here, man. Glad you're here. Don't need to worry about being late. Bandicoot, what's going on? Good morning. Who else we got in here? Okay, cool. Yep. So, appreciate you guys popping in. Anyways, this guy's not been really wrong in the past. I kind of would suggest maybe just paying attention to what he's saying. Take it with a grain of salt. Eat the chicken, leave the bone. Whatever. Do that with me. Eat chicken, leave the bone. Go do your research. Okay. I want to tell you guys, here's some stuff I'm looking at here. I'm thinking about. Go look into it yourself, please. I'm not perfect. I could be wrong. I want you guys to tell me when I'm wrong so I can learn, so I don't make the mistake again, I want to remain humble, teachable, etc. Just because I've been in this space for so long doesn't mean I can't learn something new. I really appreciate it when people come to me and hey, have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? Hey, look at this, or no, you are wrong about that. It's this. I love it when people do that because it allows me to say, okay, thank you, appreciate it, correct it, and move on. Anyways, pay attention to this guy. Pay attention to him. Put him somewhere you can follow him. I really do appreciate that. Easy. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see here very soon what ends up taking place. So, interesting. IMF chief says Fed rate hike could throw cold water on global recovery. No kidding. They printed too much money. Speaking of Davos, the IMF, I'm not even going to try and pronounce her name, Agenda Friday, said that an increase in U.S. rates could have significant implications for countries with higher levels of dollar-dominated debt because they use the Federal Reserve note as the world reserve currency. These countries are going to say, I'm not dealing with this debt anymore. I'm going to put it into crypto. Crypto is going to soak it up. And then you'll never see it come back out into dollars because that will force the dollar to quite literally completely die. She said, therefore, hugely important that it was therefore hugely important that the Fed was clearly communicating its policy plans to prevent surprises. I wonder what that means. They're ready for this. They're planning on that surprise, the bubble pop. 2022 is like navigating an obstacle course. She said, giving risks such as rising inflation and the cookie hunger disease, whatever you call it, pandemic. Yes, a high debt levels. It is going to get ugly, massively ugly. Oh, and to add on top of that, Evergrande's international creditors threaten legal action over opaque restructuring process. Yes, Evergrande is still very much so in play here. Our government, our Federal Reserve, our Treasury, other governments, other treasuries, other central banks own the bonds that Evergrande issued, and they're not going to be able to pay it back. They've already made that very clear with their recent actions. A group of the company's overseas bondholders are threatening to take legal action over its opaque debt restructuring process, the latest sign of trouble for the embattled Chinese developer. I wonder who that overseas bondholders are. Let's see. Did they talk about it in here? I don't remember. Blah, 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 blah. La, 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 la. I'm not seeing it in a quick little skim here. Anyways, yeah, that's not good for these people. For what it's worth, folks, they own property and then the real estate around the world. Around the world, they are a global real estate developer. They primarily focus in China, but they also develop everywhere. And the way that they've been able to make themselves so big is they issued bonds that our government and other governments around the world have obtained and hold and will not be able to get back because, well, let's just be honest, they can't pay it back. This compounds the issues that we're seeing. Now, I have told you guys over and over and over again, this is how this is going to, there's so many linchpins that this is literally a minefield that we all have to walk through to get to the other side. There's going to be a lot of businesses and corporations and individuals who are going to burn. Now, those of us who have been in crypto for a long time, we have metal detectors. Okay. We can navigate that minefield. Those who go and get out of the stock market and into crypto and save their purchasing power and protect themselves are going to be issued a a metal detector to be able to navigate this minefield and get to the other side safe and be able to continue on their way. That's where we're at, folks. We have to go through this because they messed up. They got greedy. They got complacent. And this is going to completely destroy the banking system globally. It's a good thing. But just like with anything, those of you who've ever done any gardening or anything like that, in order to have a plant successfully grow and produce whatever it's going to produce, the seed has to die, be dead, be completely dry before it can grow. We have to go through that process with the entire financial system. We, unlike in 2000, unlike like what what's this here talks about in 2019, 29, 2018, 2008, all these major crashes that we've had over the history of the monetary system that we have that we're in today, that we didn't have blockchain technology and we didn't have cryptocurrency then. They had gold and silver, and a lot of people who were smart who came out on top of that happened to be part of the people who didn't get rid of their gold and silver. Fast forward to today, we have a digital version of that, and it's very, very simple and easy to get in and out of. Very, very simple and easy. It is our job, those of you my regulars who understand this, it is our job to take these people and help educate them on getting this done. Act as an ambassador to your family, your friends, people you work with. Hey, get into this crypto thing. You will protect yourselves. As with anything on my show, this is not legal, tax, or financial advice. Please do your own research. Last thing I'll talk about here, and then I got to run to a meeting, is yesterday. I finished out a website specifically for the show here. So it kind of just talks about a little bit different things, my Patreon, the crypto confidential stuff, things like that. Also my legal notice, things like that on there. So that's in the description of the videos. But I also upload some of my recent videos here. So if anything gets pulled offline, it will be here. And if it isn't here, you guys let me know and I'll make sure it's uploaded, right? So yeah, also I've got a little thing here for upcoming events. I'm planning on going to Bitcoin 2022. We'll see what happens. I don't know yet. So yeah, and eventually I'm in discussions with a local apparel shop, and I might maybe do some merch. I mean, who wouldn't want that sexy beard on a hat like this is, something like that, or like the PAPAJO show or something like that, somewhere else. I don't know, maybe just a thought. Anyways, do me a favor. Like I said before, that is, oh, by the way, I should probably tell you what that is. That is thepapajoshow.com. Yep, that's it. Pop in there. I've got the YouTube thing. If those of you, it makes it easier for you guys. If you wanted to do the Crypto Confidential sign up, just go there, click on that button there, and it'll take you right to the sign up page. So that is going to be some serious seriously good content for as far as markets are concerned, as far as how to navigate what we're about to head into, things like that. So, anyways, also, those of you who don't have my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, that kind of stuff is also linked at the top of the channel there. So, yeah, anyways, fun times for sure. Share that out to your friends and family. You can have them go there, and they can that way if they want to do anything with those things, it's there for you guys. So, but anyways, I'll pop over here. So, you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. I should be able to have my Patreon show at 4:30 this afternoon. Yeah, have fun. You guys have a great day, rest of the day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.